Guys, this evening I'm going to try to repair a mower on a live stream for the first time. This one was brought in this evening. Pretty much the issue the customer said is when you pull the string, nothing happens. So you can hear the recoil go, and that's about it. So I'm assuming it's probably the keyway or the woodruff key on the flywheel itself, but we'll, I guess, get into it and see. He said his son ran over part of a trampoline or something like that with it, and then that's what happened. So I guess we'll see what the issue is, but I'm gonna start by pulling it apart. Got little itty bitty Phillips head screws. So we'll start by pulling those out. I don't know if this is gonna be big enough or small enough. Might need something even smaller than that. I haven't had this exact repair before, but I've had something similar. Man, that's gonna be really small. Should have looked at that before my stream started, I guess. Oh well. Pretty much I'm just pulling this top cover so we can get to it. I think all this is two Phillips head. I haven't worked on this exact mower before. A whole bunch of Toro mowers out there. This one, the customer, I think, got to this point because he said it's riveted on, you can't do anything with it. She's not wrong about it being riveted on. What you normally do is pull the top cover though. But I was wondering if the there's little spring-loaded little plastic arms, that's how you resemble them. And when you pull that, they have centrifugal force and they fling out and they grab it, and that's how you're able to pull start it. And I'm not quite sure those are even coming out. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I was hoping that would happen. But yeah. So I had that in the wrong spot. From that being a potentially easier repair, depends on what I find underneath here. You gotta be careful because this has the fuel tank attached, so you can't really just flop it over. Otherwise, just spill fuel all over the place unless you drained it. And you can get it out of the way if you want. I'm not sure I'm even gonna mess with it, so I just want to get this top cover off. We got a 10 over here, it looks like. If you've never messed with anything small engine wise, a push mower is definitely the place to start. Ideally one you don't really need if you're wanting to just get into like tinkering with stuff. But I mean, there's not a whole lot that could really go wrong. Yeah, you can get them on the marketplace for free most of the time. I already found one potential issue. That's the governor spring is hung up inside of the throttle spring. They're like intertwined, so pop that free. There's no way it would have ran that great with that in that state. I am missing one screw in the back here. This one's had this off before. It might not have been the current customer. But there's always the chance that it was either the current customer or what I ran into, that customers don't always say the truth. And that they bought this off a marketplace and looking to fix it for cheap. He does want a full service as long as I can fix this issue. So let's get this off. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Well, my first assumption, which is what I told the customer, is your little spring flaps came off completely. So I hope that's all that's wrong with it. It will probably need a new recoil. It's hard to really tell, to be honest. Oh yeah, we still have compression and everything. So it should be good. All we have is a recoil to replace. We have a couple spares. This one is riveted on though. So I'm gonna see if I can just repair this one. Pretty much, let me grab one and show you how it works. Yeah, here's a different one. They all work the exact same way. Here's your pull cord, just like you see on the top of the engine. When you pull this, see those little plastic arms that pop out? That's what grabs the top part of this engine. You might have seen videos online where people use a drill to start it. Pretty much you take this off, you find a drill or an impact with that size socket that fits that nut, and you can fire up your mower like that. Yeah, so pretty much, imagine it got hung up. He said it did drag for a while when they ran it. They had to like zip tie the extra cable after they started it to the actual blade engagement handle right here, this little thin one, to keep it from making a loud rattle noise. So we're gonna see if we can get this fixed. Yeah, it doesn't, nothing really looks broken, but we'll have to get that, see if we can get that screw out of there. This is really, really soft plastic, so it's kind of hard to mess with and be successful. Yeah, I can't even get that flathead out of there. Let's see. Copy and paste. Okay, that's 8. You do have manufacturers that like to throw a wrench in it and change different sizes in the middle of tearing the stuff apart, which is the case. They go from using metric to standard. A little bit smaller. They went from using an 8 to a 5/16. don't be alarmed if you are messing with this stuff and you hear a loud noise. It's probably the recoil spring releasing. So this is what it looks like. It looks like it's warped, which is what caused, so you can see the kind of uneven edge there. That's what caused these little things to pop out. I'm surprised the pins are still in there. They have little pins that those things sit on, which go inside of the bottom of this. And then there's little guides on the top, a little dimple there, and then that's where the pin goes in. And pretty much it keeps it on there, and then it uses that little dimple to fling it out. Pretty much they just riding this little channel here, like that. And then they go and fling out. This is usually stuck on the inside, but it'll be, I'm trying to show you, something like that, and then it will fling out that way. And then it's supposed to hit the stop here on the top, but that doesn't always happen, apparently. So I don't know what caused this to go south. I don't really feel comfortable putting this one back in there, just because it's warped. So I don't know if we need to heat it, get it back how it should be, or if we attempt putting it back together. I'm just worried it's going to come apart again. I'm going to set these in there and kind of see what it does. Ideally you want to buy just probably a new recoil. They're cheap enough. You don't have to worry about it. The problem is this one's been chewed up from it falling in there. So one side, the little pin that holds this, like split in half. I found a little piece of it. So I'm not sure if this one's the correct size or not. These aren't necessarily interchangeable. They're on the top side if you have the same dimensions. This one's a little different. The bolt holes don't line up on that one. See, I'm not sure if this is even worth, yeah, the pins on here. I guess I can pull it a little ways to show you. The little pins that sit inside this little holder there, they're like way too flimsy. And that's probably what, it needs something rigid to hold them, unfortunately. Let me look and see if I have another one close to this size. Yeah, see, this one's, here's the different one. This one's even a completely different style. This one engages these little plastic things, and they pop out and spin. So unfortunately, I'll probably have to order a part for this to get this one to work. I was trying to buy actually a Toro just like this tonight on Facebook, but lost out on that. So I guess we'll see what we can do. I only have one other mower I could potentially rob it from. Really wish this one worked, but This one has those little plastic guys right there, so I'm not sure if that will work. So it's just a little bit smaller on the Toro itself than this one. Yeah, that's what we need to order. Let me check one spot real quick and see. Alright, yeah, unfortunately that other one will not work either. So we need to locate this part, which is pretty much the whole recoil, and we'll have to drill out these rivets and either put new rivets in or put some nuts and bolts in there to hold this top piece back on there. If we take it out that way, we can just buy pretty much just this plastic circle with the little pop-out spindle things we took out, and then you have to just redo the recoil as far as the rope and everything to get it through this metal shroud. But yeah, I wish we could fix this on this video, but we do need parts, unfortunately. So I guess I will do that in a future video. But thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.